Well, I'm on my way over to the barn. A couple of points of interest today. We got some horses racing today. I'm going to watch later on. I'm very interested in. Patrick's racing today. Patrick the Piranha. I believe Sailor is in today also. Absolute Euphoria is in today. Wow. Can't believe I remembered all that. They're all in today, and we had horses racing yesterday. We'll talk about them in a minute. But the main point of this video for today, obviously, I talked to everybody the last 2 days. A couple of huge points I think everybody has to sink their teeth into. If you want to change your starting bid, I've had a lot of people email me. You can email Kelly, and she can forward that to Kate and David to get that changed. That needs to be done before 2 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, all the hips go live. So for those of you out there saying, I'll just leave it, I can't implore this enough, and it's important. I know, I'll stop up here, honey. I do see it. It's right up here. It's important that everybody understands if your horse is worth, say Atlas Hanover. We say, okay, Atlas Hanover's worth between 110 and 120,000 Canadian. That means one bid could be 1,100 or 1,200. To start the bidding at 1,100 or 1,200 is not conducive to what we're trying to do, what you're trying to do. And in fact, you'll probably garner no bids or no interest from it. Most people would start those bids at 500, 400. They will get there. Don't worry. And as you go in and you sign into Preferred Equine, you just click on bid. It will allow you to sign up. You're pre-approved. Everybody, all of our clients are pre-approved to bid. And when you go in to bid on that horse, if you are the person that owns that share, you just set your max bid. So if it was Atlas Hanover, I'm stopping, sweetheart. If you set your max bid at $1,090 or $1,190, I think they're in bids of $10 increments. The system will protect that horse up until that point. Now, it's very important that everybody pays very, very close attention to what they're doing also. If you don't feel comfortable doing that and you just want to leave the bid at that, you go ahead. It's your money, it's your share, it's your lot. But I need everybody to understand one thing. When they're sold, they are sold. And there is no, hey, can you get Wendy to reverse that? We can't. This is a public auction. When these are sold, they're sold. So I need everybody to understand that. I think I've tried to say that a number of times, but I want to make sure it's not that. I just want to make sure I hammer it home so everybody understands when these lots are sold, they're gone. So whether you protect them up to that threshold, as I said, that will be up to you. I would think it would be more conducive for the people trying to sell the shares to understand that if you start them, I've said to all our people, just start them at 60% of what you think they're worth. That's how I would start the bidding, my own self, personally. So now that we got that out of the way, 2 points. One, I believe everybody should start their bidding at 60% of what they think the horse is worth, but that's up to you. If you don't feel comfortable doing that and you don't want to make a mistake and you don't want to lose, I understand. That's fine. I'll help you if I can, but I would start the horses at 60%. That's my own feeling. And number two, and the most important takeaway from all of this, I need everybody just to understand and grasp it. When those lots are gone, they're gone, and there is nothing I can do about it. It is out of our hands at that point. So there's no, hey, can you reverse that? It won't happen. Now that I got that out of the way, it is plus 11 today. Now, I won't lie. Old Snotty Nose was coughing the last couple of nights, apparently, and she climbed into bed with us last night and slept till 9:30. Yeah, you. Slept till 9:30 in the morning. So I was forced just to lay there with her. Couldn't leave her unsupervised in bed. So it's 10 o'clock now. I'm just getting underway. Yeah, it was supposed to rain today. It's going to rain today. With all the snow melting, I can tell you the track's a swamp. I don't want to be going on the track today, and there's nothing to do other than remedial workouts, just jogging today. So my expertise was not needed anyway, so to speak. Racing tonight, as I said, we have horses racing tonight. Excited to watch that. Now, yesterday was a little less exciting. You know, for those of you who thought that Locatelli was just going to waltz into a new jurisdiction and pound them, there's no gimmies in these top classes anywhere. And I thought the horse raced great. That same bugger that got me with Kings County got me again. And fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I should have dropped the hammer in the last turn. The way the race was shaping up when I saw it coming in the 5/8, I just didn't think he could beat. And the horse was off 3 weeks also, so there has to be a component of him getting beat would be him being short. Now, the only good news about him getting beat is they'll welcome him back again. So that's good, because we're still trying to fill the preferreds here. And quite frankly, we have 2, if not 3 horses that could fill in the per. Now, they're not Locatelli. But the only other preferred trotter right now around anywhere is HB Mama B. So we're going to get a good look at whether she's just a layover with the other horses or not. And if she is, that would actually be bad. Hey, you eat all the butter croissant, not just a couple bites. You promised you're going to eat it all. No, you didn't, turkey. So HB Mama B, we'll see. I hope she doesn't just run off the screen, because that would mean there is 1 horse in Canada in the preferred right now. So we'll see how it plays out this week. But I was very, very happy with Locatelli. Happy how I get out of the gate. You know, last couple of times I drove, one for sure, he was really sketchy coming out of the gate. You had to hold him together. No, there's a horse in there. I'm going to go in here in a second. I had to really hold him together, and he was a little... That's Harry's barn. Just 1 second. I'm going to go in. I want to see Harry. Here's your chocolate milk, by the way. There you go. Don't make a mess, please. Thank you.
I want my tablet.
I don't have your tablet.
Where
Is it home?
Why?
So when it comes to Locatelli yesterday, I was really, really happy with Locatelli in the way that he raced. I thought the horse finished second and had to be a little bit short, but man, come off the gate good. You know, that's just him. He's not going to spring off the gate 27 seconds. It took him all the way to the quarter to get to the front, but he's getting better. I told you guys, the way that James drove him, the way he's been driving him, he's a different horse now, and very, very happy with him yesterday. A little disappointed with Grace. Whether she tied up a little bit or what she did, I don't know. We'll find out. But no more first over for Grace. Atlas Hanover raced very, very well yesterday. Hung a bit down the lane, but I think he's been known to do that in the past. And the scouting report I got him when we bought him was could hang once in a while. Hadn't done that on us, but I think Timmy just took for granted he was going to coast by. And that horse wasn't done fighting on the inside. So it was a good race by Atlas Hanover. One of our clients said, you know, is he tired? We're not going down that road. If he's tired, he'll let us know. We're not just going to look at one race last week and say, oh, he's tired, he should go out. Easy now. We'll race him at least once more, and then we'll reassess as we go along with Atlas Hanover. And then we came here, a bit of a mess last night. My 1%, James said he thought maybe he tied up a little bit. Keep in mind, guys, you know, when we throw around these tie-ups, you're like, oh, how come it doesn't happen to everybody? It does if you look closely. It's plus 11 right now. It was minus 26 5 days ago. The weather changes, especially mares like Grace. It's not that hard to convince me she tied up. Especially it was a beautiful day yesterday. I was sweating in my spring and fall suit where I was freezing just mere days before. People, you know, died in Buffalo from this storm that just passed. And, you know, here we are 3 days later. All the snow is melting. There's grass showing here in Ontario. Just weird weather. So did my 1% tie up? I don't know. He finished up good. His line looks okay. When you watch the race, that's not the horse that qualified a week ago. So we're going to have a look at him, draw his blood to see if that's what it was. It was mechanical. We didn't scope him after because it didn't look like he was sick. It looked like he was struggling in the turns. James was really had to struggle to keep him together. And then down the lane, he could let him trot 100. Good. Well, let's figure out what happened. So we'll get through that also and find out what happened with my 1%. And then Unbeatable Kemp, I think he was shod close to the race. I think that was the only thing I couldn't understand. I'm like, when he run, I probably thought the same thing you did. Oh my God, did he hurt himself? It's not like him to make a break, and it was an extended break also. So I think maybe his feet were hurting him a little bit, and he rolled off stride. You got to remember, you might say, well, it was muddy. Hold on. Mohawk, when it rains, turns to concrete underneath. So I think we got a horse that was shot a little close to the race, maybe took, I don't want to say too much though, because Preston does a great job. But, you know, I would suspect he was pinching in his feet. Now, I told him, I said, here, it's simple. Jog him today. Usually we give them the day after a race off. Jog him today, see how he feels, and then we'll test his feet, and we'll have the vet go over him just to see what is going on with the horse. But I would call it an anomaly, not quite in the sense that I'm pretty sure I know what happened, but in the sense that he never usually makes a break. So we are just going to have to, you know, bite the bullet and turn the page and say, I'll see you next week. Because he was most definitely a winner when he came out of the hole. It certainly looked that way to me. Anyway, so that was last night. That's today. Again, what's going on with the sale? A ton of entries for the preferred, first ever of its kind ever on planet Earth that I'm aware of, fractional ownership sale taking place Monday now at noon, I believe it starts. It's going to be over 5 hours, this sale. It will. And it should be a lot of fun. A lot of people interested. And that's just us, because it's only word of mouth at this point. The press releases go out today. So it'll be very interesting to see what the feedback is. I said to Dave, I'd be curious to see how many people signed up to bid. How many people, hold on, sweetheart. How many people reach out to us in regards to questions. The sale is not perfect, right? But with all the information they have to put on with the bundles and whatnot. But at the same time, it should be very interesting. So all of this still taking place. Never a dull day here at the stable. I'm going to go in and talk to Harry for a minute. Then I'm going to go over and see what's going on with the guys at the farm. And I'm sure I will be back in touch with you guys from time to time throughout the next few days. Of course, shoot your videos tomorrow. Take care.